Hi, I'm Forrest. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I'd like to tell you about my very first pattern play series. I started writing it way back in 1992 and didn't publish the first book in the series until 12 years later in 2004. Each book in this series is subtitled Melody because originally there were companion harmony books, but I took those out of print when I published the chord play series on arranging. I wrote these books before I really understood the value of teaching duets first, so they are written for the solo player, though most of the pieces could easily be made into duets. This series offers something that the two newer series don't, which I'll explain in a moment. Volume 1 has 33 patterns and comes with a CD. Volume 2 has 104 different patterns in all the major and minor keys, except the few easy keys covered back in Volume 1. And Volume 3 has 96 patterns in all the modes in all the keys. So in these three books you have 233 patterns, though about 30 of these were later used in the pattern play series published by the Royal Conservatory. There is still about 200 other patterns to explore. What really sets this series apart from the others and makes it so valuable is not only the hundreds of diverse patterns in so many styles, but the fact that this is the only series to have made it through all the major and minor keys, though someday I hope to attain that with the Create First series. In the meantime, this is quite a treasure chest of patterns to explore. Book 1 was my very first book. It explores pentatonic scales, major and minor scales in the easiest keys, and some blues scales. The first book, unlike any other of my books on improvisation, includes a lot of text, including many pages on philosophies to help you create. This is a brief essay on the place that rules have and don't have in art. This page is about the unimportance of talent when it comes to creating. And this is a page about the importance of patience. I spent a lot of time creating attractive and imaginative layouts. Here's one of my more interesting designs, a black page, and a piece called Endless Road. Volume 2 has 104 patterns in all the major and minor keys except a few keys covered in Volume 1. There are no pictures in this book, so I had more room for music, a different piece on each page. Here's a list of the contents. I'd like to quickly introduce some of my favorite patterns. Here's a pattern in B-flat major called Peace, one of the easiest pieces in the book. It's like the other books. There's a pattern and variations on the pattern, a vacation with a variation, and a second vacation. Gives you an idea of the mood. Here's Haven in G-sharp minor. Summer's Coming in B major. Calm in D-flat major. Being with You in D-flat major. Destiny in B-flat minor. Fields in A major. In the Shadows, it uses a C blues scale and was inspired by a piece by Dave Brubeck. A contrasting up-tempo blues piece using a blues scale. key of E major, there's a favorite piece of mine called Bright. Desert Moon in C sharp minor. A piece in 7/8 time called The Pleasures of Patience. Forget Me Not, a piece in E flat minor. Volume 3 has 96 patterns in all the key signatures, but this time we explore the modes rather than major and minor scales. Here's a list of the pieces. In each key I present contrasting pieces in each mode. So, for example, there is Ancient Doorways in the key of D Dorian. And then a contrasting piece called The Basis in the same key. E Phrygian also has two contrasting pieces to introduce it, Winter and the International Phrygian Festival. So does F Lydian, so does G Mixolydian. And as we move into the key signature with 1 sharp, we again find two contrasting pieces. In C Lydian, we have two contrasting pieces that both have clouds in the image. From this point on, I leave out pictures so I can fit one piece per page and have in each key two contrasting pieces in the Dorian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and Phrygian mode, and occasionally include a Locrian piece. So, for example, when we come to A-flat Mixolydian, there's a powerful piece called Bass Emotions, where we improvise with octaves or single notes down in the bass, and then there's a very gentle piece called Debussy. These books are currently available only in print form, and I ship them only to U.S. addresses because they weigh about a pound each and cost too much to ship. Once I sell all the books I have, I will make them available in PDF form. Thank you for your interest in my work. All materials I've talked about are available at my website, www.forrestkinney.com. And if you ever want to reach me, if you have questions or comments, you can write me at forrestkinney@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy creating.